So here we are, finally, my friends, at the Kalmar Castle. Kalmar's Lot, how they call him. As you can see here, we have the map of the structure. And we are here, going there and passing the bridge. And then we go inside and check it out. There are two bridges. This is the first one, pretty wide. That's the sea that surrounds the castle. I guess before was also here the water. Here we are. That's a small house here. I wonder who's living here. Ticker Point. That's pretty beautiful. Look at that. Oi, oi. What's that? This chains for people to being hanged here. Main entrance. All the doors. Zlotormen. Oj, oj. A lot of wind. The surroundings. Look at this roof. Where in the world we are we? How we can get inside this place? Look at this decoration. It's all painted. Oh, I get inside. Maybe this way. So that's what they eat at the time. Small chickens. That's a cake. Boiled apple. Fried apples. I don't know. This is potato salad. This big beard. Oh, this is spiedo. What is this sound? That's a strange sound. This is the kitchen. You can't see nothing. So this sound is supposed to be the fire. But it's completely dark there. I don't know how they cook. Not seeing anything. Empanada. Okay, that was the kitchen. Very nice. Kind of small for this castle. That's a well in the middle. Oh. I guess here is where they took the water. It's logically close to the kitchen. Place close or what? It looks like we get the inside from here. It's a shop. What? Lavrazol. I don't know. I can't even pronounce these names. I don't know, they're talking.
Hi.
That guy make the ticket and now authorized to go inside. And he gave me even this book. Where I should go first? On the left. Codex. That's how they torture people, huh? First thing to see. Oh, really nice. And they whip you with this iron whip. Jesus Christ. Oh, really nice torture thing. Oh, torture. yes, that's what we want. Absolutely. Oh, here they say, oh, they torture people. They drown you, they put these things on your neck and hands. I guess this is for people who was fighting. They left them like this. This with titties outside. What is this? 2 stones. Oh no, this is buried alive. Jesus. Well, pretty nice first room. Let's see some other tortures. Small door. Oh, nice. They make you pray on this thing. This is the stuff we saw in the other room. What is this? You can lay down here and be tortured. I guess this is a prison or something. There's a bed. And drawings. Amazing stuff. Look, this is for, we call stufa. We call it in Italian, so. Ah, here's the other part of the kitchen. Oh, it's a better kitchen. Oh, you can hear the sound. Ah, yeah, people. That's how it used to be. But there's people just like that. Oh, that's the old. Oh, it's pretty nice, pretty well represented. That's Sicily. We are here right now. Really beautiful. Oi, oi. It's another representation of the place. So there was outside before, all the stage. Before it was like this, you see just a wall with a tower. Then they build the wall around the tower. And then they do like huge complex like it is now. What is that thing? Strange stuff for us. Ah, that's the wind sign. I think this go with the wind. I shouldn't be touched, but people used to sit here enjoying the outdoors. This is opening. Oh, Jesus! Oh my God! I already broke some piece of custard. Wow! Look at this. Oh, really cool. So far, the best things I see are these heaters. I finally found the word. Look at this door. And this is. Oh, it's a girl here. Hello, lady. Pretty nice dress. Wow, look at that. Another beautiful love, eater. That's the face. Beautiful girl from the past. Really beautiful. She was a queen, princess. Something like that. Something really rich. Wow, look at this room. All painted. That's the king. Look at it. It's super beautiful. Oi! That's his dress. Oh, magnificent. Look at that. All these crowns. Shit. That's some luxury stuff here. Huh? What you think? Can you imagine the king come from the stairs with these things on and his crown. That's why they say you look like a king, I guess. Ah, that's all the kings from the past, modern time. Katrina, Karl, and Gustav I. This one. Ah, this is the one who brings the stone. This tree is upside down. Nice. Oh my God, look at that. She's a witch. Oh, look at this guy. Oh, mamma mia. They're really, really ugly. At least strange, weird kings. All the nobility is weird. Look at these dresses. Ooh. Hey, oh my god, look, oh shit. Oh my goodness. I mean, look at that. It's really small. Like a kid, something. Shit. Kids. Animals. So I just find a guy that is just talking about the city. Listen.
The sea was actually plagued with pirates. There were plenty of pirates and there were plenty of war too between the provinces. And that is why most of the provinces got together and made a bigger nation, a bigger community. The two places in Sweden where we did have a fortress was in Kalmar and also in Öland. Kalmar was powerful back then. For many years it was very powerful. But Kalmar itself did not get as much recognition until the crowning of Bogislav in 1397. And Bogislav was a man from Poland who they adopted to make a king of the Kalmar Union. And the Kalmar Union is a union between three kingdoms. That is Norway, Sweden, and Denmark. Bogislav changed his name to Eric to make it sound more Swedish and more Nordic.
What happened if you go against the...
Yes, what happened if you go against the royal family? Well, I thought that we could see in the dungeon.
Let's go, yes.
Yes, let's go.
Let me see.
A bit spooky. Yeah. So this is the dungeon. But this was not the original entrance to the dungeon. The original entrance was actually up there. And if you can see the holes here, it is where the pillars of the floor used to be. The dungeon was once 5.5 meters deep, and the only source of light there is was through a hatchet on the floor. So this dungeon was dark, it was gloomy, and it was wet. We don't know a lot about the dungeon because it is no ordinary prisoners that was here, it was political prisoners. It was people that the royal family throw down and wait until they are forgotten. Because if you chop off someone's head, someone will get mad. But if you kind of make them disappear, sooner or later people will forget. And that was the point of the dungeon. As I mentioned before, Gustav Vasa was the first king of Sweden, and Gustav Vasa was also the man who made Sweden a Protestant country. He hated the Catholics. And how he showed that he hated the Catholics, he took their gravestones and made stairs. So that is exactly what we're going on right now. Old Catholic gravestones.
Oh, okay.
The Queen's Stairs. And the Queen's Stairs is an important stairs because not everyone is invited to the Queen's Stairs. And you can actually feel how majestic it is to go in her entrance.
So which one are the stones? This?
Everything. Everything that we could walk on was Catholic gravestones.
Oh my god. So these are gravestones of somebody.
Yes.
Some dead
That
in
is
the past. Even this one.
And that one, yes. The stairs.
Wow.
And this is the beautiful oak entrance to the Queen's chamber.
Oh. It's a small bed for this big room.
This is an oak bed with golden details. That is the Queen's bed. And this bed does not cost us anything, but it is our most precious item. It is because we stole it from the Danes. And there is small details on this bed that is recognizable if you actually look in the right place. And I thought that you guys can have a little time to just observe the bed and try to find what is wrong with this bed.
What is wrong?
There is some details that is missing. The nose. That is correct. All of the noses on this bed is missing. And the reason for that is that they used to believe that the soul of the human is in the nose. So while they stole a Danish bed, they had to cut off all the nose so that they won't be haunted by Danish ghosts. And some of you might also think that the bed is pretty short, but it is not. It's about 2 meters and 10 centimeters long. Even if it is 2 meters long, people with a high status did not sleep laying down. They slept with their head up. You don't want to mix your head fluid with your body fluid, because things can happen there and then it will be so wrong. So they always have to sit down where they sleep.
What about the king? He doesn't sleep with the queen?
He does not sleep with the queen. Actually, the king and the queen sleep separately. Even his mistress has his own room.
So the king and the queen, they don't sleep together.
They don't sleep together.
It's quite sad.
Yeah, it's quite sad, but most of it is just political marriage. So they don't really love each other that way.
All right, super wardrobe. Look at this thing. I mean, this big room is so depressing. I don't know if she lives or she can sleep here.
Now this, ladies and gentlemen, it is called the checking room. It is fully with intarsia. And intarsia, it is not a coloured wood painting. It is actually precisely cut wood that you put together and it will put as an image.
Different color wood.
Exactly. This is what the Italians have, so the Swedish royal family needed to have one too.
I'm from Italy.
Yeah, you're from Italy, right?
The dining room, look at this.
There were about 40 to 50 courses throughout this dinner, and it was also between 6 to 7 hours to finish the whole thing. And how do we entertain to 6 to 7 hour dinner course? Well, the food itself. And I would want you guys to guess, what is it on the table over here? Pears. It is actually boiled pike heads.
But?
Pike heads is like fish.
Huh?
Fish heads. That you repaint and put it there to make it look like a pear. It was all for the fun and games. Now I want you all to imagine you're sitting here like the nobles were and try to eat the boiled pike heads and got very confused but also very disappointed. Maybe a little bit happy. I don't know.
Depends if you like the fish or not.
Yes. And then you try to reach out for a pie because now you're hungry and want to eat pie. One of the servants went to a pie and instead of cutting the pie, they opened the lid and so flies birds.
Ah.
The trick for this is that they had hollowed pie shelves like that, and then they put drunk animals such as frogs, such as birds, kittens or puppies. When it was dinner time, they take off the lid and these animals will jump out.
You said drunk animals.
They were pretty drunk, yes, because otherwise it's pretty hard to put an animal inside inside a pie. And yes, they were living. And I would not recommend this for your next Easter dinner.
No, now you got me the idea.
Yeah, now you next time.
Yeah, over Christmas, maybe.
Gorgeous, beautiful fish-looking pie. Well, no, the pie is actually not a fish pie, but a meat pie.
Ah, okay.
That is also one of the jokes that they have in royal family. But
So
maybe
funny, this
some of you
royal.
know
What's the name of this bird in English? I don't remember.
peacock?
Peacock. They eat peacock also.
No, it was more of a decoration to show that you have money to
Ah.
throw in exotic animals.
But it was alive? Wow, look at that. Cool.
So this is the king's chamber. This is where Eric modeled his room. Eric, in many years, was known to be mad. He was a mad king, a very paranoid king, because back in the days, you know, they didn't confronted mental illness. They just said that someone is mad. Eric actually built a lot of hidden doors and entrances in the castle. This is a hidden door towards Eric's private loo. Oh, private toilet. I really want to show you guys how it used to look like, but there have been years of vandalism that made it no entrances.
Put the camera inside.
Yes, of course.
Thank you very much.
Yes. There we go. No problem. He loves hunting season, so they made this whole wall a hunting season theme. And he's also a very big fan of the Roman mythology and also the Greek mythology, and that's why there is a picture of Hercules up there.
So they copied the style from from Venice, I think.
Exactly. Well, Italy was a forefront of fashion and also of architecture. So a lot of European family actually looked at Italy, turned themselves to Italy to know what will be the latest.
Yeah. At that time it was the Venice Empire.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you've ever been there in Venice.
Fortunately, no, not yet at least.
If you go there, they are really similar. This look like copy of.
Yeah. This is the Golden Hall. This is where the king accepted his visitors, and that is actually Agda's chamber. And Agda Persdotter is Eric the 14th Frilla, and Frilla means mistress.
Oh.
And someone asked, why is the bedroom over there? Well, it's because when they are constructing the bedroom for Eric, his bed was actually in here. So he wanted to be near Agda. Has anyone ever been catfished before? Well, meet Gustav Vasa, or Gustav Eriksson, the first king of Sweden. Only half of this picture is accurate. The top half is how he looks like. The bottom half, it is not Gustav Vasa's legs. It is actually some models' legs. Because he's known to have very short, stumpy and strong legs. And that is no short, stumpy.
I mean, it looks bad also without the legs.
Oh, well, you know, it is how men should look like back in the days. This is what you want.
So this is the church. You can sit inside.
You can sit down. The only pews that you cannot sit is the Royal Renaissance pews.
It's quite comfortable.
In the back, there we go.
Really nice. Yeah, they can put their telephone, they can cheat. They look at YouTube instead of... You're closing, thank you.
Like that. Now, originally, I wouldn't separate you guys like this. I would separate you by gender. So it used to be the men's side over there and the women's side over here. The reason to that is because this is a church and you should not mix genders. And also in the 1700s and 1800s, a lot of the priests say that the women keeps going to the men's side. So he had to lock the women's side.
It's a horse. The horse is doing inside the castle. What in the world? That's another stuff here. Hello. And can you tell me what is this expo?
This is our exhibition for this season. So it's about Ester Blenda, the Swedish journalist and
journalist.
feminist.
Feminist.
Yes.
And she was living here in Kalmar?
No, she was living mostly in Stockholm, but she traveled a lot. So she moved around. She was born in Stockholm.
Really nice, thank you.
No problem.
Look at this motorcycle, look at that. Wow. What is this? Royal Enfield. Oh my. I've never seen a motorcycle like this. That's at least 100 years old. Oh, look at that. It's much. I guess this was for to start a motorbike. Wow, and this girl used to ride a bicycle like that. Crazy. Really cool girl, but we have other things to do. And this is all this exposition, or I can go through the castle in this direction?
You can go to the castle.
Yeah, okay, I think. Ah, I was here. It was like a circle, yes.
Yes.
I see the torture room already.
The
I already
ballroom.
was there, yeah,
Yes,
where they
but did you
keep
go
people.
through it? So you've seen.
Yes.
You
So
did?
I guess I see all. I can go on.
You can do whatever you please.
But this was a midget or a kid?
A kid.
Okay, what's your name?
Maya?
Maya, my name is Sarah. Sarah Show on YouTube.
Ah, okay.
You can check it out. Well. We see the inside and now we are outside. So you can see this is protective line of the castle. Cannons everywhere. Look how old is this thing. Huh? You can see how rusted and all this is disappearing through the years. It's quite bad that they built this harbor, whatever it is that, and they completed the panorama. You see this old castle here and that. Another strange thing, well, the roof is green. It's because it's made of copper. Copper through the years oxidize and it gets green like that. I don't know if they did this on purpose, but I don't think so. I have to see something. Italian stuff, it's way better, I mean artistically speaking. Well, now I understand why Italy is so famous. What are these flies around here? What the fuck? What is this thing? What is this? To get why? I don't know. Maybe there's some ancient secret passage here. This is the copper. You can see from close here the copper. It's the same they used for the roof. Let's see if we can go there. Water seems kind of clear. Wow, look at this. Everybody. This guy in the middle. A really strange structure. No reason whatsoever to build this brick structure here. I suppose it means something. We don't know. We will never know. So this was the outside of the castle. My friends, see you.